What's going on, YouTube? James Polk here. Earlier today, participated at a local tournament as of the past few hours, and it was a total of 12 people. And once again, so close, finished fifth. And again, as always, I expected myself more. But when in doubt, always keep pushing forward and don't give up. So, for the matchups, record was X2, finishing fifth, and the wins were versus Blue Eyes, and I believe it was Punk Virtual World. There it is. And then the two losses were against Tri-Brigade Lunalight and Evil Eye. And with that being said, let's jump to the deck. And it's pretty much the same list. It's just I had to do some few changes around. So 2 Sophia, 2 Irenes. The Sophias, this used to be 3. I kept drawing into her 1 times too many, so I pretty much cut her down from 3 to 2. And I find the Sophia-Irene ratios, it's really, really good. And then the 3 Stella, as well as the 3 Ellis. The Stella, it used to be 2. And then I finally realized she's like one of those 1 to 2 card starters in terms of special Exosister from the hand. And it made me think, at this rate, I'm pretty much going to have to cut down one of the Sophias and adding in one of the Stellas just to even out the sister ratios. And then 3 packs, good card. Armament, this card definitely came up at least once or twice throughout the whole tournament. And then Carpe Diem card is insanely nuts. And then Spell Trap spot removal in terms of Exosisters battling it out. It's super, super crucial. And it's literally the only way for you to deal with such amazing spot removal in terms of back rows. And I find this ratio of the sisters is absolutely perfect. And then the Magistus engine, unfortunately, it did not come up at all. Well, actually, 2 of the 3. Crowley and Rilliana came through, but Zoroa, unfortunately, it didn't. Even though I do love this whole ratio of the Magistus stuff, I think that the easiest access for Zoroa, I would have switched into the Charmer transition of the deck, Zoroa would have been easy access off from the possessed traps in any shape or form. But in all honesty, I think the sisters was literally the right call throughout the whole entire tournament. And then so Nefarious, Inari Fire, Gigabytes, 3 Renryu, and another extender, Monster Reborn. I also count this as an extender because you already know what's up with the animals to special summon, and a lot of times players tend to use hand traps on the sisters, which obviously happens 1 times too many. If I happen to have Ellis in hand or any extender, I could just pretty much go off and then just come up with some cheesy combos. Like, this deck has too many options in terms of link summoning or XZ summoning in any shape or form. And then as for the go second stuff, just keeps going. Too many go second cards like no tomorrow. And there we go. Pankratops card is outright dumb. It has definitely not came up until the Virtual War matchup. Like, my opponent has an unbreakable board. Shen Zoken, along with two more negates slash interruptions, along with a live Chuche. And all I got to do is find a way to bait it out in terms of the back row, just so I can have Pankratops special it out and then run over any bigger monsters in terms of monster negates. So Pankratops definitely came through, and that is because in case if I expect my opponent to have monsters in defense mode just to play around Storm, I could just have Pank run over one of the bigger monsters anyway. Drolls definitely came up, which is huge. And then Call By, oddly enough, it was only seen once throughout the whole entire tournament. Same with Duster. Mind Control came up a few times. Lightning Storm, it was not seen at all. Raigeki, it has saw one time. Dark Rulers, it definitely came through. Evenly Matched, it definitely did come up because in one of the games where I had double evenly, I already knew my opponent had the one Omni negate. So by opening up the two evenly, which is something no one ever expects, then if they don't have any answers for the second evenly, which they will never do, then it's basically pretty much blowout at that rate. And then the reboot for trap heavy decks, reboot definitely came up. And then extra deck remains the same, as well as the side deck, which is all self-explanatory. The four sisters. And about which ones came through pretty much throughout the whole entire tournament. Exofiel was used during the Blue Eyes matchup I had. And then Michaelis basically all the time. Caspatel was used versus Virtual World. And then Jabrine, on the other hand, I believe the Effect Veiler for the sister material, it actually came up twice, which is insanely nuts. And then Exofiel is actually the best one of the four sisters in the extra deck because the turn on my opponent's turn, where if I have the armament set up and have Exofiel ready to go, she literally acts as Abyss Dweller. No question about it. And then the two Piercers, Downard and Drill Driver. And then the six Charmerlinks. No further explanation. And about which Charmers definitely came through, aside from Dark and Light, which is the usual two. Wind definitely came through at least once or twice, and then the others, not so much. And then Celine, she definitely came through, put in work. Access Code and Artemis. Artemis was made only once, and then Access Code, it has made once, and until I was about to get ready to close out the game, Nibiru made it happen, unfortunately, which I honestly never saw it coming. And then sideboard is basically, once again, the same thing. The 15 total of Charmer cards in any combinations. Also, win Area Hita, Awakening Reaper, triple Spirit Charmers, Fairy Tale Tales, Awakening Possess Spell, Grand Spiritual Art Ichirin, 3 Possessed Partnerships, and 1 Unpossessed. Sometimes, in terms of the sideboards, I tend not to switch out the Exosister into Charmers because most of the meta call that I've been through in today's tournaments, they usually heavily rely on graveyard effects or moving stuff out of the graveyard effects. So I think, in my honest opinion, I think maining the sisters was absolutely fine. And when it comes to the Charmer side of the deck, it's usually for against different decks that have multiple attributes like Prank Kids and so on. And with that being said, this is James Polk on this transitioning of a Go Second Smokescreen profile of Exosister Charmers. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and I'll catch you guys next time.